So we're going to say, this sounds nice. What is my picture? What is my vision? Where do I want to go personally in my personal life and professionally? But how do I do it? I'll ask you that question. How do we do it? How do I know what should I be doing? Let's speak professionally for a moment. How do I know professionally what should I be doing? How do we figure it out? What do you guys do?
What are you good at?
You're saying what you're good at?
Something that you like that inspires you to keep moving.
Something inspires you. That's like a necessary component, right? Inspire. What you're good at, what inspires you.
I'm going to say, like, for professionally, pick what profession you want and then find a path that leads you.
But we're saying, how do you pick what profession you want?
Oh,
How do you pick the profession?
Something that interests you.
Something that interests you?
Talents.
Who said that? Yeah, what you're talented at. That could be a big impetus for what you want to do.
You could like do volunteer to get like some experience, maybe if it interests you.
Like trial and error, right? For sure. Like
You should research and see like what fits your personality, like the type of person you are.
That's interesting. I never thought of that. Like certain personality types do this. So that's interesting. I don't do that.
Personality test.
No, not like the personality test, but you've done like this is my personality. What jobs suit that?
Yeah.
Really?
You have to do it at school.
High school.
Oh, not school. You have to do it. It's compulsory.
Really? I've never heard of that.
It's a test that you have to do.
Yeah, and they're like, you should work in like this type of field.
Really? I've never heard.
I had to do it in grade 3, and then I had to do it in grade 2.
Grade 3?
Yeah.
Man.
Like when you're really like you do it first when you're 10 years old, and then you do it again when you're 16 years old.
Yeah, that's pretty like high achievers. Like let kids play with Lego. Give me an example. Like what personality types go with what?
Like what they do is they like ask you a whole lot of questions. Like it's basic questions, but it's like yeah.
Right. But how do they? What personality types go with what profession? Like what would they say?
Well, I mean, if you're a
So
people
one-
person, you got to do something with people. You can't
If you
sit at a
love
desk and
colors.
not do anything with people.
If you love, like for example, like if you are OCD and so colors need to be like color coordinated and you enjoy clothing, they'll tell you, work at you can do, what's it called?
Fashion
You can do
design?
Fashion designing, or you can do where you pick clothes for people, or you go to people's houses and you organize their cupboards for them.
Interesting. Okay. So we're trying to figure out, so how do I find out what my personal mission statement is? So there are 4 parts. One is vision. It's essentially what everyone said here. Vision, character, struggle, and tools/plan. This is my personal mission statement. Okay. Says the Chovos Halavavos, Rabbeinu Bechaya, and says Stephen Covey in The 8th Habit. He says, in search of one's purpose, one is meant to find the cross-section, right? I'm trying to figure out, so what should I do professionally and personally, right? One is meant to find the cross-section between what you are passionate about, where your natural talents are, and how you can make a contribution to the world, right? Beyond this, it must resonate with your being. That goes without saying, right? No matter what it is that you're doing, your profession, what you want to do, that needs to resonate with you. When we're saying, how do I figure it out? We're talking about, so what are you talented at? Right? You may be a dancer, but that's just my hobby, right? You may like cooking, you may like people, you feel good giving over to people, right? So it's a blend between, so what am I talented at, right? What am I passionate about? Which that to me is one of the most important components. They say if you love what you do, you never have to work another day in your life. I don't agree with that because you're working, right? You can't just take a day off whenever you want. However, there's a certain truth to that when you are passionate about what you're doing, what you're doing comes alive. It's not a chore. It's not a burden. If you notice how people speak, it's very interesting. Usually you say to people, hey, how you doing? What's the response?
Good.
I'm good, how are you? Right? Right, small talk. It's like someone could be like in mourning, how you doing? I'm good, how are you? Right? A lot of times people always say, nothing to complain about, right? Do you hear that a lot? Nothing to complain about, right? Or getting through, doing it, right? Like, Surviving, getting through. It's like, hello, like life isn't like a some sort of like, it is a battle. But it's not a battle in the sense like, I'm surviving, I'm doing it, work day in, day out, family day in, day out. My sister sent me this link. It hit me deep. She sent me this link and a few other of my sisters who were married. She wrote, this sister's not married, but she wrote, what do you guys think of this? And it was a whole page of women. It was some site on the internet, a whole page of women who the title was, Why I Regret Having Children. And it was all of these women who were basically just saying, if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't do it. No one told me how hard it is. I can't go travel because of them. Basically, they just take all my money. All of that's true, right? You're not traveling. They take all your money, right? And they don't say thank you. So, but it hit very heavy. Why? Because what they're saying, it's like part of the picture. Of course, they take your money and they're ungrateful. And have you ever been encountered a terrible two, right? Like that enough is alone, right? But when you don't know what it is that you're doing, like if you don't see beyond this, if you don't see beyond the tantrums, if you don't see beyond the empty bank account, then you're right. Why would you have children? It was the same thing for whoever was in the marriage class that we gave at the Yom Yun at the workshop last week, which was this guy who said to me, like, marriage doesn't make any sense. I'm never getting married. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's not logical to take a man and a woman, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and put them together. Right? And my response was, you're right. It doesn't make sense. There's nothing natural about it, but marriage isn't a natural experience, right? It's not. It goes above that. When you have a higher vision, what goes beyond him giving me what I need? What goes beyond my kids saying thank you and being the angel children? You hear what I'm saying? Having higher vision. Okay, so we said, what are you talented at? What are you passionate about? And it's important to, especially as Jews, like, where can this fit in a contribution in this world? How can what I want to do and what I'm passionate about, how can I make that a contribution in this world? When we say contribution, it doesn't mean, how can I become the goodwill ambassador next to Angelina Jolie? Okay? That doesn't necessarily mean contribution. It's also a contribution. Give me other examples of contribution. Yes?
Even as an accountant, you're contributing to another person's business.
Yes, totally. Let's hear more.
So, for example, I got one example. Another example is your psychologist contributing to everything.
It's the general well-being of the world. Right, if you're good.
Or if you're a doctor, you're contributing to a person's health. Or if you're a teacher, you're contributing to education. So I think no matter what you do, you've got a role in contributing to society.
Or if you're a mother, you're a stay-at-home mother. I had someone tell me last night, she said, I always feel belittled and guilty when people ask me what I do and I say, I'm just a mother. I'm like, you're just a mother? Do you know what that means to be just a mother? It's the hardest job in the world, right? You're contributing to the world when you are a mother, when you are raising emotionally healthy, stable children, right? That's a contribution to the world. Okay, this has to resonate. Right? It has to, whatever it is that we do, it has to, even if you're good at it, you're passionate about it, and the world needs it, right? Then does this resonate with your overall being? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
What if you're doing something, but you're only doing it because you need you need the money to raise your family? Let's say you're not passionate about being a customer service rep or something, but you need the money to raise your family. Does that fall into this?
Is that a contribution? Is that
the actual job itself? You're not really. You're just customer service, air conditioning.
but it goes beyond that. Why are you being a customer service representative? Right. To support your family.
Right.
And if you weren't doing that, so then your kids won't have food to eat.
Right.
But it doesn't mean you have to feel. I have to feel. It's helpful if you feel passionate about being a garbage man. Right? It doesn't mean I love these smelly garbage cans, but I love feeding my family, right? I love being able to give my children education, right? I love that. That's why you're doing it. For sure it falls under that. Good question. Okay, next is, so that's the vision, right? What vision do I have for myself? How do I figure out what my vision is? The vision is the plan. How do I figure out what my vision is? What am I good at, right? What does the world need? What am I passionate about? Okay? That needs to resonate. After that comes character.